honey.
Yay!
Whoa,
Finally!
We have with us the wonderful, the beautiful, the magnificent Michelle Visage.
That's me!
So you have this new book.
I do. It's called The Diva Rules.
Yes. And it comes out
November 10th.
November 10th. And are you excited?
I am beyond excited because clearly by looking at me, I am an author. Matthew Anderson shot the cover.
I remember when you did it and Raja did the makeup.
Raja did the makeup, Hector did the hair. Gorgeous. Somebody just interviewed me and I was really impressed because he said, I really thought this book was going to be how to put on eyelashes and wear glitter correctly. And though some of that is in there, it's really not about that at all.
Tell us a little bit about what it is about, though.
Well, it's called The Diva Rules, and this is my favorite thing about it. The colors, Chronicle Books is notorious for beautiful books. There's glitter, but I love the table of contents with the makeup palette. It's rules, 25 rules to allow you to get the life that you want.
It's a lot of self-empowerment.
That's really what it is. It's about ditching the drama, finding your sparkle, and getting everything you want out of life. Because the way I see it is, I went to high school and got out of college, and before I went to college, I thought, I want to be a veterinarian. And my mother stopped me immediately because she knew that I couldn't deal with the schooling. So I said, okay, I'll be an actress. So of course that's always a great backup, but she said, okay, you probably have a better shot at that than you do at being a vet. But the point is, I went ahead and I followed my dreams. And I am still doing it. I'm still forging ahead. I'm still auditioning and I'm still working and I'm still hustling because I haven't gotten to where I want to be. But the point is, I'm not going to stop until I do. There's a really important thing that people miss out in life, and it's about happiness. We sacrifice our happiness for everybody else.
And you have to follow your bliss to do that.
Yeah, so you have to forget that, you can't do this or you won't do that and go, you know what, I can and I will. And it might take longer than somebody who's just kind of gifted these things, but you can always do it. If you want to be a doctor, but you have 3 kids at home and you're a stay-at-home mom, then doing 1 credit at a time online, whatever you have to do to achieve your dream, you need to do. And the Diva Rules is about how you can get it, how you can achieve it, and my stories along the way on how I have fallen, or people had to try to take me down, but I rise out of the ashes and say, you're not going to take me down now.
And what did you learn about yourself?
I learned that I've done a lot of shit that I don't give myself credit for. Because for me, wanting to still star in a Broadway show or wanting to be on a sitcom or, doing these things that I haven't achieved yet, that's what I always focus on. And that's part of this book. Stop focusing on the stuff and how you're going to get there, and focus on what you've done and what you have and how you're going to get there, you know what I mean? So it's about learning how to love yourself first and foremost, that all that stuff will be deflected.
A lot of what you talk about, too, is finding your tribe. You've got to surround yourself with your betters, sort of. Like it can't be with people, like you can't be the sparkling one in a group of dull people, and you say something, you can't be a Louboutin in a group of Payless.
Yes, yes. Because I think growing up, especially women, we think that way. There's always, you want to be the star. So you walk into a club and the eyes all go on you because you're with...
So you're going to surround yourself with a bunch of sycophants, with a bunch of little fans, whatever, but you say don't do that.
No, I say don't do that because it's a disservice to you.
I read a great quote the other day. Hustle until your idols become your rivals.
That's it. Yep, that's great.
Because, and it was my, these were my idols, but I wanted to learn from them, and I wanted to be with them, and I wanted to soak up what it was that made them who they were, and see what I could learn from it.
Beat them. I have a 15-year-old daughter who's having a hard time with that because a lot of times we look and we're constantly looking and seeking. They're always looking and swiping and looking, and really it's when you stop doing that that they find you. It's not about you finding them. They will find you. They're going to gravitate towards you, and at first you may be resistant in friendship or relationship, because it's all a relationship, isn't it? Or friendship and in love, but really the truth is, if you stop that and see what's in front of your face, a lot of times it's there.
Let's talk about your first brush of fame. Okay, music industry, which is something that you were pursuing.
Yeah.
And then it happened, and you had #1 dance hit.
Well, #1, plenty of #1s, but it went to #2 on the actual Billboard Hot 100.
Oh, it did.
Paula Abdul and that damn MC Scat Cat.
Yes.
She entered at #1. We were poised to be #1. We went all the way up the charts with 2 to Make It Right, all the way at #2, and then Paula releases Opposites Attract. Literally, we were like, da, da, da. I mean, boom. She stuck at #1 and did not move for 10 weeks. So we never got to #1.
One of my favorite stories in the book, and this is such a telling moment about you, and it's such a lesson that you can learn, is that when Madonna, your absolute idol,
Still to this day,
finds out, sees the video and has her people call MTV or.
This is how the story went.
Yeah.
Madonna's people called and said that you were copying her look a little too closely. I don't even know where, when, but they literally said, the least she could do is do it better than Madonna, like trying to be shady, saying I'm doing it really shitty. And all I heard was, Madonna knows my name. Madonna knows my name. Oh my God.
Like Madonna's people are giving you shade. They're like being terrible. And you're like, oh my God, and what you take out of it is that Madonna knows who I am.
That's all I cared about.
Another really important lesson in the book that resonated with me was that after everything falls to shit with Soul System and Seduction, you end up working at Goldfinger's, and it's a strip club, and things have fallen apart, but you got to pay rent, you got to go on, and so.
Shocker, me at a strip club.
No. But the way you approached it is like, instead of being like, oh my God, I was a superstar, I can't, I've got to be a star. You just sort of like do what you got to do and tell the story.
And that's the way you have to approach everything in life, even if you don't like where you are.
And that's key, because you had just come from, you were dating Milli Vanilli, you were touring Japan, and then
sold a million records, and here I am.
Sold a million records, and then all of a sudden.
People saw it, and they would exploit it. They're like, oh, Michelle from Seduction works here. And some people are like, you want to tell people that? I'm like, why? What am I ashamed of? I don't understand it.
So much of life is you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down.
That makes you you.
Yeah, and you learn from each one of those experiences. If all you were was up, you probably would be a monster right now.
Not only would you be a monster, you'd be bored.
Yeah.
Not only would you be bored, it probably wouldn't stay if you're just up, because this is what the journey is all about.
One of your dark times was.
There's been a few.
Yeah. You were in Florida DJing, and it's when Drag Race started. And it was, you talk about how it hurt Ru was that you were not there those first couple seasons, and it affected your friendship.
The only fight we've ever had, and it wasn't even a real fight. I had a homophobic boss at the time, and I didn't realize I had a homophobic boss at the time. I didn't know him. He was only there for 2 weeks before I walked forward and said, hey, I need to take 3 weeks off, and you don't have to pay me. I'll even get up at midnight to record the show with my partner. And he just went, no. And I went, wait, you didn't even think about it. And I literally just went, why? And he said, I don't think it would be a good fit for this station. And it didn't click right away what he meant by that. And I just went, but I don't even have to talk about it on the air. I don't have to talk about it. And then when I left, I literally had steam coming out of my ears like a Fred Flintstone. I'm literally going, oh my God, this guy's a homophobe. And then he had the nerve, when the show started blowing up season 1, and I'm begrudgingly eating Ben & Jerry's, watching at home, getting fatter and fatter because I'm so sad. And then he had the balls to call me up and say, hey, do you think RuPaul would do one of our events?
We're not going to go through like all of the different rules and everything.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of them.
But
some of them we've touched on. So much of life, it's that Woody Allen thing where it's just 99% is showing up.
Yes.
And you have to put in the work and you have to do the
Yes.
work. And you talk about you were always the first one in the office when you DJ.
And always the last to go.
And always the last to go. And even if the show starts at 5 in the morning, you're there at 3:30 in the morning, and that means you get up at 1 o'clock.
Even for Drag Race, my call time is like noon, and I get there at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be 2 hours for makeup, 2 hours for hair, and then fudge time for getting dressed and stuff like that. Because I want to be as perfect as I can be in that moment.
Also, it's what we were talking about before, where when you are prepared, that's when the luck can start happening.
It's that adage of, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Right.
And that was that moment, that transformation of when I was in Florida, and my health, had a problem because of the way I was treating myself. And for me, I realized at that moment, I'm never going to get what I want, wallowing in misery. And that's what I was doing. And I was doing it through food. We don't have to go there because we've all done it and we know what it's like. But the moral of the story is, stay ready at all times, or at least close to ready.
So tell us where you go from here. Are you on a book tour? Are you reading anywhere? Are you doing signings?
I'm always reading, honey. Yes.
The library is open.
Always open. So the Diva Rules is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target.
And so we can go on your website to find out?
MichelleVisage.com. It's on my Instagram. It's on my Twitter. Get tickets, and I think with the purchase of the ticket is the book. So I'm having one of my favorite drag queens from every city do the Q&A with me and the reading with me. So like in New York, it's Bunny. And in Los Angeles, it's Bianca. And in Chicago, it's Jodie Harsh, because she's in town. And then I'm going over to the UK and doing it there.
It's a really fun book.
It is.
It's
I'm proud
really
of it.
enjoyable. I'm very proud of you for doing it,
Thank
because
you.
I remember
Yes.
when you first came to me and said
I was
you were
tortured on how to do
on
this.
how to do it, and it's here, and you've imagined it and made it come true. You visualized it, and I think you should be very proud.
Thank you.
Yay! Oh my God.